morning, all. Welcome to Spirit Connections by Angela. I'm Angela. I hope everyone is doing absolutely wonderful today. Yesterday was the equinox, so it was the very first day of fall, and I got a very loud message. From my spirit guides just a little bit ago that I needed to do a reading. They want me to start with my animal oracle cards and give you what that message is, and then go from there and see what happens. So I have already called in my spirit guides to help me to tell you whatever it is that you need to hear. And pass that information on in a manner that can be easily understood by those who find this channel. And also, I always ask them to help me understand whatever message it is that they're wishing for me to pass on to you. So, got my oracle cards as requested. And what comes up, this is cool, it's called the Bustard. And it's about confidence. Okay? So these are Australian animals. I don't really know very much about them. This particular bird reminds me a little bit of an ostrich. It's got those, and maybe a heron. So the number is 18, and that's 9. 9 is about completion, and that makes good sense because we've just finished with spring, moving into fall. All right, give me just a moment. So what Bustard says here, just a quick review of what the book says, and it was it's a little bit of what I was being told by my guides, and that is maintaining your contact with spirit. We cannot go wrong if we are maintaining our contact with our spirit guides. That means we are divinely guided. If we take a moment to reach out to them in all of our endeavors in life, we can rest assured that whatever comes out of our mouth is going to be what our spirit guides put in there, put on our minds to say it. So one of the things that always comes to mind is before you speak, take that breath, breathe in deeply, and release. And actually visualize your spirit guides whispering in your ear, and then speak, right? And that will allow you to not only speak the words that come to us from our guides, but to speak from your heart. Our spirit guides want for us the best that life has to offer, and they will help us to get there if we listen, and then we do the work. So I believe that that's what this one is trying to tell us. Confidence and completion. You have learned your lessons. And if you guys follow me or anybody else that does tarot card readings or astrology, I really enjoy astrology, but I'm not incredibly knowledgeable. I only know what I research. And we have just completed one cycle and we are entering into another. Saturn has just gone direct. A lot of, I have heard some people on YouTube speak that it doesn't matter if it's direct or it's retrograde because it just is. But it does change the focus. The word I'm getting is the focus of the energy, depending on how it's coming at us. If it appears that it's going backwards, well, that's going to pull the energy in one direction or send the energy in one direction. And if it's going forward, it's going to do it in another direction. So it's not so much that it's really going backwards or it's always going in the same direction. It never changes. It's just, it is what it is, but it appears that it's going backwards. And so, I'm sorry, my lights are, I'm seeing some weird shadows, so I'm trying to change it up a bit. There we go. So the appearance of the direction that it's going does impact our energy, okay, because of the way I feel that it's because of the way that it pulls on the pulls or on the gravitational field of Earth, and that makes a whole bunch of, that really can affect our energy level. And then here's the thing that I put the deck down, and here's what was on the bottom of my spirit oracle, my animal oracle deck, and it's lizard. Lizard is about, well, it says daydreaming, but lizard is about dreaming. It's being able to put your make your dreams a reality. If you can envision it, you can make it so, and that's pretty much what it's all about. Moving forward with confidence into the dreams that you wish to manifest for your life. How about that? So I'm going to put that right here. Sorry, I have to make notes to myself so I can remember what I'm doing. It happens when you get old. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and switch to my traditional tarot deck. Oh, look at that. On the bottom of the deck, just picking it up, it's the Three of Cups. Three of Cups, you can see there's three women there. They're dancing. They're holding the cups up. Celebration. It's all about celebration. Okay, so let's celebrate that the energy is changing. So you are no longer stuck in whatever was going on. If you do take the proper steps, you will move forward into your dreams. All right, that's the oracle. Now, let's look at what tarot has to say. This is... I find that the oracle cards, the difference that I get in the energy of them is that they seem to be about, they'll read you, they tell you what the current energy is, but they kind of give you advice. This is what you do, and this will help you. Tarot card is a similar thing, but it's more about, it's not so much about advice. It's just, telling you these are how the energies go. However, if you follow me at all, you know that I also give a little bit of advice that comes to me through my spirit guides on what to do with that energy. So these cards should follow in the same line as the oracle cards. I am just not good at holding on to them today. Excuse me, one moment. Throwing them all on the floor. Okay, here you go. That did a nice thing to my hair back there, didn't it? Oh, well. That's what happens when you have curly hair. It just does its own thing on whatever day it wants to. Okay. Spirit guides. Is there anything else that we need to know about the equinox and the energy that is bringing into our lives? Do we have anything that we need to pass on to those that watch my channel? Whoop, okay, we got 7 of Pentacles. Hard worker there. Alrighty, so there's 1. And that is in the past position. Okay, here's 2. Devil card. I like Devil card. That always means big changes. We always know that that's changing. So changes for good. Almost always. It's like we end up going where we need to go. Okay, and then 9 of Swords in the future position. Okay, so, and then on the bottom of the deck now is Death. I love this. Okay, so what I'm getting from 7 of Pentacles. Pentacles is usually, family, money, business, that kind of stuff. What I'm getting from this one is the hard work. You see him there, he's carving the pinnacles, those little pinnacle coins, shields, whatever it is that he's creating. He's just working away, working away, working away. Devil card. Okay, so the devil, and it's number 15. So one of the things that always comes, I almost always see this jumps out at me, is that, I don't know if you can see it here in the camera, but these chains that are on these two, that's always a woman and a man, the up around the neck, you can see that it's just sort of looped around their necks. They can easily just take that off and, move it, get it out of the way. So I always kind of feel like the Devil card is sort of the chains of our own creation. What we've tied ourselves to things, and we have the power to take those chains off and just walk away from whatever this is, whatever it is. And I'm feeling like this is our ego at this point. This is our telling us, you can't. Okay, you've done all the hard work. You've done all the hard work. And our ego's trying to say, and even with that, I can't. I can't do it. So you can listen to that and you can stay stuck in those chains, or you can take them off and you can say, I don't care what my ego says. I'm going to move forward with this. I'm going to do the best that I can. So, excuse me. And then here is the Nine of Swords. And this is lying awake at night, worrying about whatever this is. Okay? So the Nine of Swords, you can, with that, you can either allow the worries to hold you down, or you can move past them. With the Death card on the bottom, I'm saying let them go. Let those worries go. And just let them die. You see all this yellow? I see that yellow. I'll never get this backwards thing going, but or this reverse thing. So I always see, when I see yellow, I see joy. So if you allow the fears to die, and I do feel like it's just your ego, then you are going to be able to move forward into joy. You see that? You see all that yellow? And then this is the Nine of Pentacles. And so, yes, it's like whatever idea that is, if you allow yourself to move forward and not listen to your ego holding you back, you will definitely have success. All right, so that's what I'm seeing. The equinox is about balance. That was yesterday. So for the first time this year, last time this year, because we are going into fall, the day and the night were exactly the same time-wise. We had the same number of minutes in the daytime as we had in the nighttime. I'm thinking, because you've done all this hard work and you're ready to step forward and you have all of this worry, I'm really feeling if you can let it go, you just let that go. What happened to my Death card? Let that go. You will move forward into joy. That is what I am seeing in these cards. These are really awesome, truthfully. So balance, okay? If you've done the hard work, you should be able to reap the rewards of the work that you have done. And, because we've gone through these huge shifts, like Saturn coming out of retrograde, is now going direct. We recently had the full moon, letting go of stuff. We're coming into a new season. We have also, if I remember correct, we're just going into the, let's see, what season is this? That was, we're going into, coming out of Virgo, going into Libra. There we go. So we're going into, Libra season. So right now. So, and again, Libra, balance. How about that? So, and I'm going to try to hold these up as they came out. So this is the past. You have done the hard work. You are letting doubts about who you are and what you can do with all of that come in, keeping you awake at night with all of the worry. If you let it go, let it die, let the worries die, don't listen to them, you'll have joy. So you see all of that? It just looks like a beautiful progression to me. Absolutely beautiful. Meditation, so that you can quiet the doubts and the worries in your mind. It's always going to be helpful. And, to help you to let them go. Also to help you receive that balance. Achieve that balance, I should say. A lot of times, what I'm hearing is, if you allow the doubts to run the show, you're never going to get where you want to go. You're always, and then you're going to end up 5 or 10 years down the road going, what if I would have just done it? What would have happened if I would have just moved forward? And so do it. The worst thing that will happen is that you'll fail. And if you fail, you try again. You do, you make some tweaks, pay attention, set some goals. Say, this is what I want to achieve by next week. This is what I want to achieve by next month. This is what I want to achieve by next year. And if you have a clear vision of what it is that you wish to achieve, then you will know whether you are on track for that or not. And then you can go back, revisit your vision, and tweak it, right? And then our I talked about fear just the other day, is that the whole reason why we have fear, it's genetic. It's with us since the days when we were fight or flight, when the fear would help us to make the decision about, do I need to run for my life, or do I need to fight this down? It causes a lot of problems in this era, because we have a lot of anxiety around things that are totally out of our control. So what we're trying to refocus that energy into acceptance of, the way that things are. That does not mean that you have to sit and let someone pummel you, whether it's verbally, emotionally, or with a stick. You don't have to sit there and allow them to do that. You can stand up and say, stop, this is not okay with me. I'm going to do things a little bit, I'm going to, do it like this, instead. And then do that. So that is, I think, where we need to be thinking about with fear these days is, if this is uncomfortable for me, what is it that I need to do different? What is it that's making me feel uncomfortable? Well, if someone is shouting at you, that's the thing. For let me just tell you what I used to tell my son when he was a very young man. When he would be angry with me, excuse me, but you can say anything that you have to say in a respectful tone, and I will hear you. But what you're doing now is not acceptable. You can do that to people in the world. Take that and put it into your own words, of course. I mean, that's what worked for me in that situation. But you can do it in other ways. So, if your boss is yelling at you, all right, let me share this with you. Spirit guides are just saying, remember when this happened? I was young. My son was an infant. And I had a boss come up and yell at me because I had made a mistake, and I was working in a factory, and I made a mistake that caused everything after that mistake to be out of alignment. And so, and he came and he was just yelling at me. Well, I listened to him. I said, thank you. And he walked away. And then when my break came, I went into his office and I got in his face and I said, don't you ever yell at me like that again. If you have anything to say to me, you can say it in a respectful tone. And I walked out of his office. Now, word spread, I don't know how, but I was kind of a legend because I stood up to the big boss. Okay. And it wasn't that he was wrong to bring it to my attention, but the manner in which he brought it to my attention was very disrespectful, and I was not okay with that. Now, as a young woman, I kind of tended to be, what's the word I want to use? Very passionate about a lot of things. I could be loud and annoying and, all of that. And so today, in the same circumstances, I would probably handle that a little bit differently. But I got the response that I needed, because the next time that I made a mistake, he just came down and he says, hey, this thing happened. Could you fix it? I said, absolutely. Bring it down and I'll make it right. So I did. And there was no longer a problem, with my interactions with the big boss. So, and that's part of what the devil card is about, is that you do not have to put up with people treating you badly. You don't have to listen to your fears. That's your ego. You don't have to lose sleep over anything that you're concerned about. You can let it go. You can have that same talk with yourself. I am aware of these possibilities, but I do not know in this minute what the next day will bring. So please go to bed and let me sleep we'll deal with whatever happens in the morning. And if you can learn to do that, look at this. I mean, it's the Nine of Pentacles. It's abundance. It's joy. It's it has to, like I said earlier, it has to do with more substantial things. It's money. It's family. It's work. I mean, just look at this. If you can just allow yourself to let go of all those fears. Okay, I think I've said that in enough ways. Find the balance and move forward. All right, I remember to like, subscribe, and share, or subscribe, like, and share, whatever order you want to do it. I don't care. And come back and see me often. Even though I have done this on the 24th of September, there may be something here that will help you in the future. So please feel free to come back and visit these videos any old time that your heart desires. If it comes up for you, if you find this video, it is time for you to hear it. All right, you have a blessed day. You keep your spirit guides with you. Maintain that contact so that you can make the right decisions, the best decisions for you. Let's not say right, let's say the best decisions for you in any circumstances. Maintain that balance and listen to your spirit guides. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.